camera right. There we go. That action. Hold on, let me get a little bit of, hold on, y'all. Let me get this camera right. Yeah, let me try to get it right. Let me get it right. Get it tight. Get it tight. You know what? Hold on. Let me try this thing this way. There we go. All right, we got action. All right, so listen. I'm naming this live stream Terence Crawford Hypocrisy, right? I'm not necessarily calling Terence Crawford a hypocrite. It's not what I'm doing. But I'm just saying that I hear hypocrisy, in my opinion. Now, make sure y'all like the video. All right, get it out. Hey, what's good? Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell icon. All right. All right, so listen. This is not a video to condemn or badger Terence Crawford. I think that the video that he made just now, or the live stream, I first seen it on Champside. Shout out to my boy Champside, okay? All right. So I think Terence Crawford needs a PR. He needs a public relations person, hire an individual to help you out, okay? Because I think that the way you called out Earl Spence was very distasteful. I think that was very distasteful. You are an athlete. You're a professional athlete. You are a father. And I think you need to represent your brand just a little bit better, okay? So, before I continue this, I'm going to play a video, right? I'm going to play some footage, okay? So, let's just hear this real quick. Let's hear this. All right? Y'all just listen real quick, okay?
Out there. We getting out there, y'all. We getting out there, man. We looking for people, man. We looking for that big fish. Harold, is you out here? I ain't out here. Hiding. Oh, pussy ass. Bring your ass out. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Harold. Where you at? I'm in the ocean. You say you the big fish. I'm looking for you. Where your ass at? Oh, whole ass. Well, you got a lot of room to hide in this motherfucker. I don't know if I can find you in the ocean. See, this the ocean big in the motherfucker, man. We ain't gonna be able to find your punk ass out here.
All right, so in the first video, someone asked Terence Crawford interview, when is the Earl Spence fight going to get made, or is it a possibility that the fight is going to get made? He says it's never going to happen. It's behind him. Terence Crawford has been on record saying that he's not even interested in the Earl Spence fight anymore. So if you're not interested in the Earl Spence fight, if the fight is behind you, why would you make an entire video calling him out because you're on vacation, saying, hey, I want the big fish. I'm looking for the big fish. Somebody make it make sense to me. Because I am reciting your exact words that came out of your mouth. Right? Right? So, with that being said, now, I say he needs a PR person because if he's going to be in the public eye and doing his own marketing, then going out in the ocean because you're on vacation, calling somebody a pussy, being disrespectful, making derogatory statements is not good branding. Now, I know he's been under Bob Arum for a long time. And Bob Arum, he has not maximized his financial situation. I know he's not struggling financially, but that's not what I'm saying. He could have made more money being his own boss or having control of his situation versus Bob Arum, in my opinion, pimping him, right? But we can't fault Bob Aaron because Bob Aaron said out of his mouth that I have lost money on Bud. I've lost money on Bud. So if you own your own business, then the point of making an investment is to get a ROI. For y'all that don't know what that means, because I'm a business owner, return on investment. That's what that means. So you hear someone say ROI, return on investment. Investing in a project or in business is about profitability. It's about making a profit. Everyone that invests, everyone that has a business does not have good profit margins. I opened up a restaurant 2019. It didn't do well. So just because I had a restaurant does not mean I was making money. Okay? You understand that? Doesn't mean that. So, Bob Arum, if you were putting your own money up, you have to ask yourself, if I was in Bob Arum's position and I'm steady losing money investing on fights, or if I'm getting investors to come in so we can make these fights, am I making enough money to pay for the venue, pay the fighters what they request? Not only that, my profit, investing in the business, just everything that encompasses running a business. Would you invest your own money in Terence Crawford? You have to ask yourself that in making these fights, in paying other fighters. But a lot of y'all are not business owners and you're not in business, so your mind doesn't compute the things that Bob Arum talks about when he says that I lost money on Bud, his fights. I can break it down even more, but I don't even want to go that deep. But it is on record with Terence Crawford on the stage post-fight, Sean Porter saying out of his mouth, Bob Arum, you could not secure me the fight when I was with you. What makes you think that you can secure the fight without me when I'm not with you, right? So that is a clear statement saying this. Let me break it down. The fight was never going to be made because I'm in the bed. I'm under contract of Top Rank. And when it goes in the negotiation phase, and when it comes in terms of business or doing business with PBC, then when you equate the pay-per-view, right, then the business cannot get made. So if Terence Crawford out of his mouth said that Bob Arum can get the fight made, how is Errol Spence scared? Number one. How was the fight going to be made? Y'all are thinking that Errol Spence is prolonging the fight from being made, but the entire time it's been Bob Arum. So y'all need to direct the energy in the correct space, which is Bob Arum, of why we have not seen this fight to date. But now he's a free agent, and he just said after the Maurice Hooker Virgil Ortiz fight that the fight was over. Not only that, after that, he also said that the fight was behind him. Why do you continue to say the fight is behind you and the fight is never going to get made? I can play the audio again. It came out of his mouth. Then he admitted that he couldn't get the fight made. Earl couldn't get the fight made. The business had to be done between Al Heyman and Bob Arum. He said Bob Arum could not get the fight made. Kyle, what up, boxing section? My brother. So let's talk about the facts, y'all. Now he's a free agent. He doesn't have Master over him no more. Master has finally let his people go. And now he's doing clownery, being disrespectful, making you. When have you ever seen Earl Spence call Terence Crawford a pussy? Then the guy in the background, whoever he was, when have you ever heard Earl Spence call him a pussy or used the B word towards him. Then he called him the H word. Just making all these derogatory statements across the board. You need a PR. You need a public relations person. For y'all don't know what that means, because I'm a business owner. I do this in real life. Y'all have to make it make sense. This is not the way you market the fight. This is not the way you market the fight. So I'm just calling out the hypocrisy. Knowing that this entire time when you were under contract with Top Rank, that the fight was not going to get made because you were dependent on Bar Arum to make the fight. You admitted out of your own mouth, you gave a confession that he could not get the fight made all this time. So why were you pretending like the fight could get made, or pretending like you wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. when you already know that it was not going to get made the entire time? You should have just stayed over there on the top right side until you were not under contract right now. Get with PBC, get the fight made, and we all win and see the fight of the year, in my opinion. And for y'all that's saying we're talking about now, we cannot talk about now without establishing the backstory and presenting all the facts on the table. You have to put all your cards on the table when you're speaking about truth. All of them. See, it's kind of funny how y'all want to say, you know what, just forget, forget all of that. Forget everything that was said. Forget all the hypocrisy. Forget all the lies. Forget all the reasons this fight has not been made to date, and let's just focus on now. No, we cannot do that. Now, in my opinion, I believe we're going to see the fight in 2022. But at the end of the day, Mr. Crawford, you need a PR person. And when it comes to marketing, at the end of the day, guess what? You need some help. So for the person that said Earl has contradicted himself, you have a right to feel that way, but show me the receipts. If you're saying Earl has contradicted himself, right? Show me the receipts. Don't just make a statement without proof. That's the one thing that I don't understand. A lot of y'all like to make statements, but you don't have proof. You've never heard me say something without substantiating the facts. Period. I'm not sure if I'm not even monetized at the moment, y'all. So for y'all that want to send me super chats, I appreciate you. I thank you. I'm going to be more active on this page, but I'm not monetized at the moment. So I don't know if you can do a super chat when you're not monetized. I'm not that savvy at this yet, but I'm working on it, okay? Exactly. Errol Spence has said on several occasions that he likes Terence Crawford. He respects Terence Crawford. He even admitted that he was going for Crawford against, what's his name? Porter. You don't see Errol Spence out here being disrespectful toward other fighters in the game. That's not the way to do it. If y'all want sponsorships, if you want to become a household name, if you want to take your brand to another level, there's a way to do it. And let me be blunt about this. It's sad as black men that when we call marketing, we gotta disrespect each other. All right, and let me address it. I call Bob his master because we already know that Bob is on record saying this, that Top Rank does not have a diverse team that markets for black fighters. That's number one. Number two, we already know that Terence Crawford has not received the money that he should have received with all the accolades that he has accumulated and achieved. That is a fact. So if somebody is pimping you, if somebody, you know what I'm talking about, that's a master. When you don't have a voice, when somebody is controlling you, that is a master. Period. When you're dependent on somebody else, that is a master. So no one is trying to be derogatory. I'm speaking facts. Name one time when tell me something on this live stream that I've said that was not factual. And if I've said something, I apologize. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But tell me one thing that I said that was not factual. That's all I'm saying. Sir, one thing about PBC fighters, especially the people that's elite on Earl's level, they have freedom, my brother. Freedom. They're getting paid the money that they deserve. Why PBC fighters and people connected to PBC have their own promotional companies when people are Bob Arum, Top Rank is a promotional company. Come on now, let's talk about it. Explain that. Isn't there a Man Down Promotions? Does Earl Spence have a Man Down Promotions? Huh? Oh, he does. Now, under Top Rank, can you have your own promotional company under Top Rank? We're talking about facts. Facts over feelings. I should not have this many men on my live stream that are in their feelings when we're speaking about facts. Showtime is not the boss. Let's get that understood. Showtime is the platform that hosts the pay-per-view. Stop that. You have to have a host. See, you know what? So when people, you know what? For all you people that don't understand business, I'm not even going to talk to y'all. I'm gonna stop that. That was the last ignorant statement or comment that I'm gonna address. I'm sorry. Now, I am 100% confident in Earl beating Terence Crawford. 100%. And so somebody's talking about paydays. See, if you understand back end money and pay-per-view money, let that sink in. For the person that quoted the statement about the purse money. See, I know you don't know nothing about you don't know nothing about the back end, so I'm let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. Just because you make a big purse does not mean you're making more money than another individual. That's all I'm saying. I know y'all don't. Some of y'all don't understand, especially when it comes to terms of pay-per-view. You only read up how much money this person making, brother. Let me be quiet, because it has. Tell your boy to fight him. Listen, you keep saying, tell my boy to fight him. How is Earl going to fight someone who had a master who literally just got out of his contract, and now, even with negotiations, they both paid, but it's levels to this. It's levels to this. Stop it. Let's not talk about that. But even if Terence Crawford signs with PBC, do you think he's going to get 50-50? Do you really think that? Terence Crawford has all these accolades and still not a superstar in boxing. How can you hypothetically be, according to different people, how can you be number one pound for pound and still doing under 200,000 pay-per-views? Somebody, how can you be considerably number one pound for pound and you still doing under 200,000 pay-per-view buys? Make it make sense. You have all the accolades at 135, unified 140, 147 champion, and you still are not a superstar. Make it make sense. Everybody in the live chat, who is the cash cow at 147? Can you please put it in the chat? Who is the cash cow at 147? Even you Bud fans have to be honest. Let's talk about facts. So if Earl Spence is the cash cow, listen, from my understanding, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Floyd Mayweather had to take fights that he did not want to take just to get to De La Hoya. Am I right or wrong? Floyd Mayweather, to be great and to become the highest paid sports figure in history, had to take fights that he necessarily didn't want just to get to De La Hoya, because he understands, if I can get to De La Hoya, if I can get to the cash cow, I'll take a lower percentage because I'm confident that I can beat him. I'm not going to let money or finances get in the way of me becoming great. So if that is the case, then why? Somebody make it make sense. Why? Won't Bud do it? And let me show you how these fans are. Instead of having a grown man conversation, you got people in the comments, I can't take a man with blonde hair serious. First of all, my hair is not blonde. That's number one. And second of all, I'm retired in life. Are you retired? Are your kids well off? Mine are. I'm retired. My kids are well off. I take care of my family. Those are the facts. Those are the things that matter. Now grow up. Back to the subject. Because that same person got to wake up and every day. See, that same person talking, they got to wake up every day and go clock in. They got to Oh, you late to work? Yeah, I'm late for work. Yeah, see, let's talk about things that matter. Let's talk about how I'm retired and I have the luxury of taking my kids to school and picking them up. I do every day. Or by myself. I do that every day. I got that luxury. Are me and Earl back? Are me and Earl back training? Yes. We are locked in. Yes. Yes, we locked in. But I just wanted to point out, in my opinion, what I feel like the hypocrisy is. Okay? It's just my personal opinion. I know that Earl Spence is a better boxer, a better fighter. He has better defense. He's a better southpaw. And he's going to beat him when the fight get made. So listen, all y'all calm down, relax. The fight is going to get made. Relax. I just want to point out the hypocrisy. And if possibly he sees this video, that he would think twice about his brand and marketing and have a different approach of getting the results in the fight made versus being derogatory against another black man. Let's talk about the facts and the reality. We don't have to downgrade each other and disrespect each other at all, under no circumstances, to get a fight made. All you got to do is call Al, like Earl been saying for years, call Al, and let's get the fight made. Right now, Terence Crawford is a free agent. All he got to do is call Al. He doesn't have to be disrespectful. Just call Al. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I feel about this whole entire situation. You got to understand, the reason you have to call Al, because Al is the ones that deal with the networks. That has nothing to do with not being a boss. That is the individual that deals 100% with the networks. That is the person that does the things behind scenes. Earl is the fighter. Earl makes his own decisions. But Al helps with the business. I know it's hard for some of y'all to compute that and understand. But I'm speaking the facts. So I showed y'all the hypocrisy. I substantiated my facts. I spoke my truth. I gave my opinion. And I'm out.